And I think I did it. I think I did it. I can't see this. Okay. Did I do it? Yay! Okay, so I got a yay. I did it right. Okay, so how is everybody that kind of hung in there with us? Body illusion. Thank you, Tiff. Oh, Red, thank you. Y'all, I don't know what is going on back here with all this. I'll learn it eventually, I guess. But I thought I would pick up where we left off and do chapter number 4 for the dysregulation. Is everybody okay with that tonight, or? This is the chapter that it gets in really deep into the practice, the daily practice. And hey, Brazzy, hey, Sophia, I see y'all now. Thank you, Miss Shem. So I have all this on 3 different devices, which y'all probably all have it laying in front of you, and you would think that I should already have these on devices, which would have been great, but life doesn't happen that way. But if y'all have from the Facebook, if y'all have that, hey, Corn, how are you, honey? Okay, how are you? No. Oh my gosh, why can't y'all start questions? That makes no sense. We gotta learn this. Hey, can y'all see that need help sign at the bottom? Is it just mine? Oh my gosh, y'all. This has been I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out, I guess, one day. Because I was so busy pulling up everything else, I did not pull up this. Where did it go? Oh crap. Okay. I need a new window. Okay, there we go. Too many windows coming. I don't have a clue. Y'all guys, bear with me. I'm right in the middle of probably a meltdown with the devices. And I don't understand why they have to be so complicated. Oh, y'all. Hey, Warby. Hey, everybody. Y'all, Brazzy. Golden. I see you up. Truly trying to pull this last piece together so I'm not looking on 3 different devices. So that would be weird. Are you kidding me? And of course, this one's not going to be the same as this one is. Hey, Debbie. This one's not going to be the same as wait, it just might be. Yeah, I love all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Truly, I thank you very much. And see y'all media. Come on. All right, there we go. Now it's getting better. Because I didn't want to have to read this off the phone. Okay. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Brittany. What are you doing? You better be being good. You better be warm. It's going to get cold, girl. Okay, y'all. So on chapter 4, whoa, where did those go? I need these. I guess don't ever give up on person. Stuff to look up. This is probably not going to work. I'm right here, Brittany. Look, you can't see me? What do you think I'm at? I might get Brittany, actually, since they're gonna have to be inside for so many days, and they're probably gonna be at each other's throats. So we might get her story quicker than first thought. Red, can you please send me that again? I just had it up. And now I'm getting aggravated because the chat, everybody's having to wait on me again. This is just the way it goes. This is the right one. I got it. Okay. Hey, above and beyond it. Hey, Brittany. Um. So, okay. So this is like the most. This is why I sat here and I had to take my time and breathe and use all my tools and everything else because, I want to make sure I have the right. I would rather like dead air than not have the right information because I've got it on all my devices and I was gonna have to I was trying to go through these, but I really like I really like this chapter on regulation, y'all. I really like it a lot because, and the reason is, um, I know, Sophia, we don't, but I am human and I'm always late or I'm always something, no matter what good my intentions are or that I do try. And I don't even like that word. So, and I realize that it's being rude to you, and I don't like that either. So, but so everybody, this okay, so the core symptom of childhood PTSD, the core symptom, and I know everybody's probably read it and everything, but neurological dysregulation. And when you're dysregulated, what have you learned from here? You can't do anything else. You can't go forward with healing or mending or whatever you want to do. You can't go forward if you're dysregulated because you cannot regulate or you cannot heal while you're dysregulated. So therefore, you're stuck there until you can get off that. I've read all the way through the book, and then I went back and started reading chapter by chapter. And this to me was one of the let's see how we're going to do this. How am I say this? This is like the most important chapter to me. It was, and and the reason that I like it because it says, I like the first sentence. Of all the things you'll learn in this book, the role of dysregulation in driving your trauma symptoms is the most important. Does anybody neighbor it? Okay. So, and everything that we know has been trauma. I mean that's basically what all of this is. Um, trying to get where I'm at so I can give you. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So the Anna that writes this book, yeah, because it's all trauma. That is the core definition. I mean, we have CPTSD. The core symptom of childhood PTSD is neurological dysregulation. Why do we dysregulate? Because we have come into contact with a trigger or that activates us into that, or it can be real or imagined. It doesn't matter. It's real to you. And what happens is I love you too, babe. You can get dysregulated neurologically or emotionally or both, but you can also learn how to re-regulate yourself immediately. Okay. And when you can do that, that's where you can calm down this dysregulation. And then once you become re-regulated, then you can work on, okay, so let me identify the triggers. Let me go over here and let me think back. Let me just sit down. Let me write. This is my time to write. Let me write what did it. I don't want to forget it again. So I want to write. Well, all these things, they're all right ideas. They're the correct thing to do. So tired of all the dang trauma. Okay, ready. Let's see. Wait, what was I saying? So tired of all the dang trauma resulting in chaos. Yeah, I know. I love you too, Brittany. Body illusion immediately. Yeah. See, this is like the reason that I like this. Oh, immediately. Hang on, let me go back. You're talking to somebody with brain damage. Yes, you can get re-regulated pretty. If you recognize you're dysregulated, there's steps to practice that. I mean, in 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 30 seconds, they can get you re-regulated. And then you can say, okay, now let me go walk for 10 minutes or 20 minutes and think over this because I was dysregulated when it happened. I have re-regulated myself and I need to go walk and talk this out. I mean, that's the difference. Um, and then you also know how to stay away from your triggers. Um, just learn, you have to learn to avoid them. And that's what I liked about this book too. I mean, this chapter two, because you can identify your triggers and you can identify your trauma and you can identify any of that, but you know what? It means nothing. I mean, you're doing yourself any good to focus on the past, bring it back forward. None of that. You have to learn to calm yourself. And certain things are easy for some people, certain things are easier for others. We don't get to pick that. We just get what we get. And but if you learn to calm yourself, we're all on the same playing field, no matter what, you know. And but if you practice, yes, you practice this stuff daily. Like the daily practice off of this is twice a day. I mean, it does work. It does re-regulate, and I literally get more absorbed in that 20 minutes of meditation now than I ever had. And where is mine? This is what I wanted to ask y'all. Okay, so everybody that's in the chat, if you don't mind, please. And you don't have look, just take a pen or use your fingers or whatever it is and just put it in the chat when I ask this. Y'all don't, I mean, if you want to, you don't have to at all. This is just I want to see how many people, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to do that either. But um it says, we now know that that we finally the possibility of healing from past trauma is wide open, and people like you and me. It starts with learning to re-regulate when dysregulation is happening, and that is the big. Oh, Brazzy, you're fine, Jess. You're Brazzy, you're fine. I was just gonna say, just give me the amount of numbers out of the ones I read. If you okay, so if you'll recognize it from list of CPTSD symptoms, but there's other things mixed in here too. But it says the list of questions below expands on um, learning to re-regulate and recognizing symptoms that you've experienced and which ones affect you the most often. Hey, college. So you just count or make a mark or something, okay? I'm not even really sure how many's in there, but it's a lot. So just keep track of how many have affected you, and is with, and it's you. Number one, do you tend to space out at odd times in the middle of a conversation, for example, or when something stressful is happening? Just mark it or keep account of just keep account for yourself because there's a whole bunch. um, do you often feel scattered trying to do a lot of things at once and finishing nothing? Number 3, do you get clumsy at random times, tripping over things or dropping things? Do you ever notice you can't fully feel parts of your body, your hand, mouth, or face? When you are stressed, does your handwriting change? Hey, how are you, Criminal? After a big emotional upset, do you sometimes feel nothing? Does your face go blank and your voice go flat when you feel upset, or do you feel nothing? You know, um, how are you, Criminal? I'm glad to see you in here. Okay, so do you have difficulty paying attention even when it's important that you do? Do you have times when you struggle with short-term memory? When you're speaking, do you sometimes lose your words or have trouble completing sentences? Did you ever forget where you are? For example, when you're driving, do you ever get lost in a familiar place or struggle to remember familiar routes? When you're trying to do something familiar, especially when you're hurrying or under pressure, do you sometimes get too frustrated to function? When you're annoyed or angry with someone, do you ever feel a huge urgency to express your feelings even when you know your emotional intensity is likely to cause things to get worse? I will read that again. When you're annoyed or angry with someone, do you ever feel like a huge urgency to express your feelings even when you know your emotional intensity is likely to cause things to get worse? Okay. Has your anger caused problems in your life, for example, ruining relationships, creating danger, or getting you in trouble with the law? Do you feel so overwhelmed when you set boundaries or stand up for yourself that you end up giving up or giving in? Okay, add them up and tell me what y'all have. Just put it on there. How many of those symptoms did you have? You don't. I mean, you don't have to put anything if you don't want to. Don't make me choke myself. You lost count. That's funny. Yeah, I had just about all of them. I did. I had just about all of them. Um, 14, yeah, 13. I had just about all of them whenever I was, when I did it. And I did it again tonight. And, oh, Lord. Okay. Uh, I don't want to have to keep reading it off of here, but I do need to. Okay, so one of the questions I had about this, about re-regulating, is what if I can't stop thinking when I'm meditating? How many of us have that issue? You thought there would be no math. I know, right? You like to blame your spine for everything. I'm trying to pull this up myself. Just one moment. I'm gonna pull it up and see, I lost count too, and that's why I redid it, and then I ended up with the same. I think the same one that I got. I don't know. I don't know if I. But we all can see where we're at on that scale, right? So, okay, Skylar. Oh my gosh, look, we're all saying that, and look at this. Look who pops in. It is okay to think while meditating. It's a part of the process. Well, thank you, my love, Skylight. Thank you very much. Because I always think I cannot do it or I'm not doing this right or correctly. You know, if I'm not if I'm not totally focused on whatever it is that that you're supposed to be focused on and it let me get to where we're at. What page? I like that how to meditate the super simple way. But I did have a good one. So cute. I can't find it again. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to read it off the little one. And that's just the way it is. So a vicious cycle happens also. Well, see, that question threw me off because I'm going to tell you, that's why I had to get a guided meditation because I could not. My brain, even in mindfulness, like I have to do the same thing because in mindfulness, I can figure out though that and bring my breath back and my thoughts back to my breath. And I can do that a lot. But but the problem that I have with it is that meditating, you're supposed to, I don't know, to me was you just, and once I had a guided meditation and it worked, I see why people can meditate. But my problem was I'd never done it before because I always just did the mindfulness for 20 minutes and it's focusing on something and your breath. So your brain's not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have it backwards. Maybe I don't. I don't know. To me, I got more out of the one session, the 1 20-minute meditation than I do the other way. So I'm going to have to, I need to write, Skylight. Let me highlight. Okay, right. So that a key to mindfulness and meditation is observing and non judgment. So just observe your having thoughts and redirect to present and to the breath. There we go. See, that's what I have to practice. Otherwise, but I don't know, meditation was something, if my brain was slowed down, I think would probably help, or that's why the guided helps. So, but anyway, it's a vicious cycle, like the parents, and then they pass it to the kid because it happens when the child is young, child, see PTSD, which they're using it for all the fields now, right now. But it is a vicious cycle. And, you've got the nervous system and the emotional system. And um, if a teacher came in and said, and I do this with my residents, if I go in and all of a sudden the residents start acting like fools, they're just not themselves. They want to start trouble or they're being just a little bit more pushy, than the other day or yesterday or even last night. But it's all of your residents. I tell my employees, go to the bathroom, shut the door, look in the mirror. What did you bring in? Because they pick up on it all. So leave your backpack at the door. And that's how it is. Your backpack is anything that doesn't pertain to your shift right then, right there. So anyway, that's my little rant. Uh, so and I'm sorry, like I said, I can't pull it all up on everything. um, so about dysregulation. Neurological dysregulation is a core symptom of early trauma that drives most other trauma symptoms. Its role in CPTSD has only been recently acknowledged. And it says, though everyone gets dysregulated sometimes and eventually re-regulates, people with CPTSD get dysregulated more easily and stay dysregulated longer than the general population. True story. So, and dysregulation is caused by a trigger. What is a trigger? Let's see. What is a trigger? It is a stimulus from outside yourself, like a loud noise or a friend who keeps interrupting you, for example, or from inside yourself, a memory, a thought, a feeling, physical pain. That's what triggers do. Yeah. Go to the next one here. I know. Yeah. Yeah. When you're dysregulated, there are some signs that you can feel physically, mentally, and emotionally, and others you can't. I mean, there's going to be some you can't feel. Okay. Learning to notice dysregulation and to quickly re-regulate and stay regulated is the most powerful way you can advance your healing. And re-regulate, we can all do it. We all do it every day. How many times a day do we find ourselves in, we just, even if we're calling it going and not being so stressed, things like that. Yeah, I mean, and if you have a trigger that you are aware of, don't go to the trigger. And we can do hard things. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But sounds, words, yes. That for me, my other half, Mr. Keela, just bought him, something he's been wanting, and I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him, but the vibration in my chest, no, can't have it. Triggers my seizures for some reason. It's weird. And but if you know that you have a trigger, okay, stay away from it, because you're not ready. If it came up in your mind as a passing, fleeting thought, which is what we're supposed to be writing down during daily practice, but if it was a fleeting thought for your mind, then get it out of your mind and sail it on down the stream. When you say you release it and let it go. Because you've got to be able to master how to re-regulate yourself. And once you notice and you have insight too, and you see, or you feel I'm not the same as I was just 5 minutes ago, what changed? So if it's something that you need to handle, you're not going to be able to fix the trauma or work on the trauma until you're regulated. You cannot do it when you're dysregulated. So, and it is difficult. And it says learning to notice dysregulation and to quickly re-regulate, it can help. Hey, criminal, I don't either. No, for real. Some of this stuff is just weird. We are learning how to re-regulate and dysregulate. But in the Facebook groups, there's all the the written information that we're looking at. Notice when you are dysregulated, ask yourself these questions. When you are dysregulated, are you flooding with emotion? Above and beyond it, I understand. I know you are, but I understand. But I mean, are you flooding with emotion? Adrenaline? Panic? Say to yourself, I'm having an emotional reaction. And I'm having an emotional reaction. Wow. So you keep telling yourself, I'm having an emotional reaction. That's where I don't agree with a little bit of this, but I do. I mean, I do agree with the book. I just don't agree with that part of it because um, it says this is a good time to sit down and be gentle with yourself and others so you don't say or do something you'll regret later. Your trigger is your chronic pain. I'm beginning to think so on me too. I don't know. I don't know what the hell to do anymore. So when you notice that you're emotionally dysregulated, don't drive a car. Be safe. If you're driving, pull over. If you notice you're just like either way down or you're way up manic and you're just be safe. Okay, be safe. Don't if you cannot drive a car, don't do it. Hey Katie, if it was triggered that you were pull the car over and okay, Colonel, that's fine. Thank you. Pull over and take your time. If what triggered you was an argument, then use gentle words to stop the interactions. Or if you don't want to tell the other person that you're triggered, tell them you need a bathroom break. So just try to get the situation away from each other. Buy some time. Be safe, buy some time. Separate from the other person if you can. Go to a room by yourself, even if it's the bathroom. Hey, nobody knows what you're doing. It feels urgent. Take even longer. And then you can stomp your feet like you're a kid, And it says you'll be amazed how helpful this is to bring yourself back into present time in your body. And as you stamp each foot, say quietly to yourself, right, left, right, left. This helps your brain begin to re-regulate. Um, take time to breathe and focus primarily on the out breath. You breathe in through your nose, the out breath, I blow as slow as I can go and out with the bad, out with the negative, out with the maladaptive. But you're slowly pushing it out. Then you breathe in all the way, and on the out breath, you're blowing out your lips. This starts your vagal nervous system. That will start slowing and getting yourself back into regulation too. You can take, press your tongue on the back of your teeth. This is a strategy to help you get back in your body. Sit down and feel the weight of your butt in the chair. That is brilliant because it's another strategy to get back inside your body. Press your tongue to the back of your teeth. I think I said that. Eat something. When you're stressed, you probably crave carbs and sugar, but it's protein foods that will help you get grounded again. Thus, the hell of a diet that I am on. Wash your hands and fill the water and soap on your hands. Warm water is particularly calming. Get a good squeezing hug. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but if no one is around, press your back into a corner and wrap your arms around yourself so you can feel pressure all around your torso. We're wired to calm down when we're hugged. So we can re-regulate ourselves by first seeing it, noticing it, having an insight, or have someone tell us that we're acting a little off. We'll know we're not regulated. We can we can um, we can re-regulate ourselves. Really simple. Sometimes you can do it. Sometimes it takes days before you can get back into regulation, re-regulation. But that is why we don't stop. It's hard and it's work and it's hard work and we do hard things. But you squeeze, yes, and squeeze. I forgot about that part. Yeah, you can do it around your shoulders, you can do it around your torso, and you just squeeze to give yourself a hug. That is amazing. That the body reacts the same. Um, on I'm going to go to the questions in just a second. Just kind of throwing out there into the void like that. It feels like glad to do so. But I'll make sure to open up about it in due time. I'm safe. I'm glad you're here, college. Just stay here. Right. Weighted blanket. Yes. You stay here, college. Henry, you stay here all the time. Let's see. I'm going to go to the questions here because I know there's a lot. Goldenrod girls, hoping the infection is getting better. I think yes. I hope yours is very much so. Good Lord, cannot believe it. Crystal, it is not as easy as it seems, at least not at first, but it can become second nature after a while. Yes, I absolutely agree. If you practice something like the daily practice that that I've been doing, and that I introduced you to, doing the daily practice, you're doing that twice a day. But at first it was kind of like, oh, it's time to do that. But in time, I found it was just easy to do. Easy, because yeah, I was ready to do it. Body illusion, hello, love. There's where I need to work on it, I think. Probably the one I was talking about, or that Brazzy, I can only meditate with guided meditation. Me too. Me too. So, above and beyond it, I learned meditation is slowing down and focusing, not getting all upset that I'm doing it wrong. Thank you for saying that, because that's what the thing, the people that I listen to, that's what they say. Just when you find yourself wondering, bring yourself back. And I'm like, but I think I just get harder on myself. And you're right. It's not that I don't need to be upset that I'm doing it wrong. I actually need to be happy that I'm doing it at all, really. But that I've learned to do it. So yeah, I thank you for that. I like that. And Skylight, a key to mindfulness and meditation, is observing and non-judgmental. So observe you are having thoughts and redirect to present and to the breath. Yes, absolutely. Above and beyond it, meditate on the hamster in a hammock on the beach. Barbie. Oh my gosh, y'all. I love y'all. Let's see. Some colors trigger me. Yeah, Rosie. Yeah, and it's the main thing. If you read on and you read the stuff for this chapter, and you do the journals and things, the work, you can see that it starts to show. Yeah. Crystal says, "Thank you so much, Bodhi, for dropping channels in. I appreciate it." Yes, please. If you have your channels, drop them in, please, at all times. Ever, you never even have to ask. Please do that. I get started all the time. Skyrockets my heart every time. So don't go above and beyond it. Don't go. So when you sit down to do your daily practice, which is just writing, like, I am resentful for having fear, blah blah blah. Do the daily practice. Write down, I have resentment it's a noun, a person, place, or thing, for causing me to have fear of whatever it is. I am resentful at my body for making me have fear that I'm never going to have control of it again. But then you don't process that. You just write it, and then you sign it, do the sign off. Where ask for your fears and your resentments to be lifted, and then after love Keela, and then I tear it up. It's gone shredders right there. So I mean, it works for me, and I don't try to bring up anything that, I mean, because not all trauma is going to cause PTSD. Not all trauma that you go through in life is going to cause any more problems than you ever had before. We never know, but we don't want to dig them up. So whatever's on your mind in that fleeting time for the daily practice is what you use. Uh, let's see, grounding, Scott, yeah, and self-soothing, which is exactly why I'm going to stop right there for 1 second. I want to say this. That is why we are pretty much predetermined. It's going to be our environment, our status, everything else, that decides. I mean, your parents, married, stay together, happy home, stress, whatever. But it's nothing to do. It's already happened by the time you're old enough to even know anything about it. It's how we're going to be formed and what we're going to be like. Our body keeps the score for the rest of our life. And certain kinds of childhood. Brazzy, thank you so much. Thank you. We have 5 advocates, y'all. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yay. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that got me squirrel. Oh well. Thank you. I appreciate that. And now I really truly don't even know what I was saying, so it's not gonna matter. Let me just go. Crystal, I'm like the Hulk. Oh, my secret is I'm always triggered. So that is when we start saying it's not really going to, we're not really, are we really going to let this trigger us? I mean, are we really going to? So we're going to do some exposure therapy to it. Works great every time. Or so, in my opinion. Barbie, thank you. Above and Beyond it is mostly guided meditation on your channel right now. Yeah, Barbie, I'm going to yours too because I have to have it. Thank you for that. Because I have to have guided for that. But it is so amazing. Above and beyond my people. My trigger is people watching them breathe out. Oh, dear Lord, help us in here, please. Scott, yes, sucks because you can't escape your body. Yeah. And I did that, I guess. I don't know, it was weird. Avoidance of discomfort. Being around people when in pain is understandable, but over time wears on us. Yes, it does. Body keeps the score. And I walk away and disappear, often shut down. So I don't shut down, and I mean everybody handles different things differently, but I do walk away and I won't come out. I avoid it at all costs. I guess I don't know. I disappear. The bathroom trick works wonders. I've been doing the breathing in and then a little extra inhale, then exhaling slower than I inhaled. It helps. Yes, it does. It helps so much. I do it before I get a blood pressure check too. Yes, and make sure both feet are on the floor flat when you're getting your blood pressure checked. That is great advice on there from you. Thank you for that. And Skylight, comforting sensory items are great. Yes, like my heated blanket. Body illusion. Sometimes it's completely impossible to just stop. Yes, absolutely. Have to finish what needs to happen. Then I can walk away, just so I don't have to walk into it again. Now I'm off and running. I love you, sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. Let's see. Sometimes we may not recognize we are showing signs of getting dysregulated. So hopefully loved ones, friends, and people around us will let us know. Yes, that's the big thing, because if we can have enough insight to stop and see that we're dysregulated, what's in our toolbox of chess to do next? Let's get our check off list. There's things, because if you're by yourself and no one's around to see that you're dysregulated, I mean, she's right. How do you know if you're not going to be able to, if you can't have the insight yourself, or you're so far escalated? I don't know. It's a good question. Absolutely. What do we have, Henry? Andre, that's a pretty good start. I'm happy for whatever. I want to see this. Katie, observing a 7-Up glass, bubbles going up and down. That's my way of calming my mind. That's pretty cool too. Never thought about that. I can tell you when I'm getting dysregulated, like a blood transfusion during a full. Okay, so when you do get dysregulated, do you stop and try to re-regulate, or do you just go with the full moon, I should say? Let me know. And Henry, we are here for each other. Yes, we all are here for each other. Please, you are always welcome. We're here for whatever you need. Let's see, Brazzy. Okay, that was probably Scott. Okay, I didn't do that. I'm not touching nothing else. I'm gonna let them put the questions up. Nope, I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm not touching that mouse again. Yeah, I always joke that I get in trouble back here. Oh gosh. Let's see, Brazzy. Let me go back. You do it before you drop. Okay. And then here's what I was saying. Thank you. Thank you for that. I know but I truly do appreciate all the support. Sometimes it's we can do hard things, but yeah, it's hard, but we're here. When I get triggered, it's like my body gets red and fills up with air and I float up a little. Okay, remember that on dysregulation, because when you do activate a trigger and then your body has a visceral response to it, you've got to find a way to step away from that situation. Number one, whatever the trigger was, get away from it. You have to get away from your trigger. And then you have to try to do whatever you can to re-regulate. And that will help. Starting to think what therapist deemed DID might be more dysregulation. Yeah, so I don't think it should be dysregulation, actually. Wonder what it is called right now. Because we still have we still use that, but I just want to see what this is. I'm looking it up, believe it or not. Because when you're going out of your body, okay, so dissociative identity, I don't know. That one is because you have to have those other instincts in there. Because on the DID, the dissociative, if you're talking about dissociative identity disorder, that's not the same as the like disassociate out of your body. I don't know how to. I can't find the words to say it, but dissociative identity disorder, you have to have distinct characteristics in those within one person. And it's very rare, and it is from trauma abuse. You're right about that. Yep, but trauma and childhood abuse, there's no cure. You can't even improve the symptoms on that. So if somebody does truly have the multiple personality, formerly known as the multiple personality disorder, That would be interesting to know. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for putting that up there. Um, with chronic illness, I've had to learn to give myself certain amounts of time to do uncomfortable things. 1 hour to 3 hours. That's it, depending. Tiff, you're right. If we don't put some limits on ourselves to make it easier, you know, on ourselves, what are we going to do? We have to take care of ourselves. Skylight, sometimes I get triggered by ambulance and sometimes I don't. Sometimes these darn triggers are inconsistent. Okay, and they're going to be. They're not going to ever come make the just move after move after move on what they're after. The triggers are going to come and go at the most inopportune times, and you know this, and that's just the way it happens. And the triggers are, sometimes it will bother you forever. Sometimes you'll just be like, oh, well, I guess that's been 3 times I've been by there. Don't feel nothing. It's weird. I've learned about triggers more in this last time. I was like, now I understand, what, because I mean, I had a full blown, you could touch it, feel it, see it, attack about that. I feel, hey, how are you, honey? Making the exhale longer than the inhale is one way to activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Yes, thank you. That's what I was saying a while ago. That if you can get that parasympathetic nervous system, you got a vagus down, and then that your parasympathetic nervous system calms your body. It makes you sleep. It does the digestion and things that we don't even think about while we're resting and we're asleep, because that's where it's focusing all of its energy. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. Anatomy and physiology, but you're absolutely right, I feel it. Thank you. And let's see, Tiff. I guess that was let's see. I have to remind myself that people don't need to hear my thoughts about every single thing. You know, just like we don't have to attend every argument we're invited to, and we don't have to always have the last word. People don't need to hear my thoughts about every single thing. I like that, and thank you for putting that on there, because there's so many things we could all add to that list to try to make us something that, I mean, like, I don't know. I really like this because you hear so many things, and this is a good one. People don't need to hear your thoughts every day, every single thing. I agree with all of you. Let's see. Red says, I go with it, then rebound later. Yeah. Usually. Let's see. Misha says, much doubt in my therapist, especially the way it was diagnosed and handed to me. I have all these traits right now. I still have personalities, but always thought it was part of me. We have to talk about this because, yeah, that you can't just leave me with that. Sometimes the air on the exhale, I imagine, is black or brown. All the crap I was holding in. Tiffany, right? But when you blow that, make it a steady, slow, and as you're doing, your parasympathetic system's taking over, and it's a stress, it's a de-stressor, and it's a calm, and it's something you can do immediately. You always have your breath with you. I calm down a lot quicker now with all my therapy. Can I tell you that I'm going to be one of those ones that Dr. Gabor Mate always talks about, that never showed emotion, never showed anger, never showed mad. And that's what killed her. Yeah, that's how it feel me. Let's see, Blake. Hello, my dear. I heard out of body, because Lord, that is not a fun experience. Oh Lord, I don't know what that's about. Y'all, I have no memory. Tiff, that's wild. It feels like my head is filling up with oxygen and deflating. Panic. It works though. It works. I promise it works. Breathing is such a wonderful tool. We just forget to do it in anxiety. So here's what I want to say on this one. Okay. So I told you that, we can't use the front of our brain, our emotional thinking. Okay. Our emotional thinking here and our analytical thinking and stuff like one half is so your right part is your imagination and creativity, the left part is the problem solving and the analytical. Okay. And that's why they say right, left-handed creative people are in the right mind, because that's the part of the brain that controls them. Well, on breathing, um with breathing being a tool, we forget it in anxiety because it doesn't really work. You have to when you're in an anxiety attack, you have to get out of that emotional mind. So the best thing to do is start doing a math problem. I do stupid division. I will sit there and I will make myself do 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times, I'll do square roots. I mean, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll take and count but while you're using that part of your brain, or this part, whichever, the creative, writing a song or a poem or writing it on paper, this one, like doing what I'm doing, I'm sitting there, whatever we're doing, I'm doing math problems and I'm doing square roots. And then I start doing subtraction and stuff like that made me think. But my Apple Watch showed my heart rate was at 161 when my anxiety attack started. When I started getting out of the emotional part of my brain and I got to the back of, I started using the analytical part, the math problems over and over and over and over. When I got re-regulated, my heartbeat was back down in the 80s, and that was another sign that I was dysregulated, because I was having a panic attack, or an anxiety attack. But yes, breathing is such a wonderful tool, but we forget to do it in anxiety because we would have to tell ourselves to breathe in, breathe out, all that stuff. So yeah, it's I don't know if it'll work for everybody or if it doesn't, but I mean, I tried it. Ben, I owe that one to Ben, and I tried it and it worked, and the proof was actually on my watch. Like, it showed my heart rate comes down so fast, and I felt calmer. Probably why my bad regulated past makes me have memory lapse. Yes. It's so embarrassing not to remember. Tell me about it. I can't remember something that happened 3 minutes ago. I'm literally in the middle of a sentence and lose my words. I understand. Katie, I still wonder what it's like to be regulated. I can't have a routine, and I'm unable to control my sleeping schedule, and I'm always tired. I think it starts there, honey. It does start there. If you don't take care of you, can't take care of anyone else. You can't do anything else. You've got to take care of yourself first. You come first. You put your face mask on, your oxygen mask, and you can regulate. You can regulate even if it's for just a small amount of time. Just give yourself the grace to do that. You've been through a lot, but you can learn. There's different tools to regulate, but you're right. It does start there. And I'm sorry. I always think I need to prove myself. Oh, wait, what happened? I can't even go live on my own these days. I get all confused, all twisted, and sound like a nut. Okay. I just sat here and lost like half of what I was going to say, you know, because you know why? Because number one, I'm probably way dysregulated over this weather coming. Um, I'm nothing on the grocery store aisles at all. Worried about my facility, worried about my home here and my animals, and I'm just a little overwhelmed at the moment. Um, I wasn't able. I was scared to go live again, and I don't know why. But I was forgetting my words to everyone, and I knew I was dysregulated. I forgot my note. It's like I lose my words. I lose my words, or I trip over something that's not there, or I drop anything I touch. It does happen, and it's been happening. That's why I kept saying last week, whoever's got my voodoo doll, could they give it a rest? Uh, you you don't sound like a nut, by the way. You just sound like all of the rest of us do. I always think I need to prove myself as a good person to others. I judge myself the most. And what did they tell? What did they say in here above and beyond it? We don't have to judge. It's no judgment. Awaken said I did that. Yeah, because I don't even know where I'm at. I did that. You're gonna have to do those. I'm lost. I did that for so long, different masks, etc., until one day they all just broke. That's absolutely correct because they will, Mister. They will. You can only wear the makeup for so long. You can only wear the mask for so long. You know, the real you is gonna come shining through because you can't hide yourself, no matter how hard you try. And I say that because we all want to run and hide, but we um, we owe it to ourselves not to do that. My triggers seem to evolve, changed what the triggers are. Yeah. So that's what it says to make in that chapter. It does say, identify your triggers. So that way you can make a plan to either stay away from them or go around them. But if they evolve, you just have to keep evolving your plan to try to avoid all of them or as many as you can. You're never going to avoid all of them. Hot Desert Chicks, hello, my hun. I have a hard time with a lot of breath stuff because my allergies are so bad. I constantly have an abundance of snot. Yes, that would do it. And let me see what else she said. A lot of the stress exercise make it harder for me to breathe, and then I feel like I'm suffocating the end. Stop. Okay, so yes, the breathing exercises. You have asthma though, and you can't breathe, and that's not good. So you don't do anything that's going to put your breathing in jeopardy. And adapt. All of these are adaptable. It asks if you can adapt, if you can even just edit and adapt the daily practice, and it says yes to fit what's best for you. So yes, if you can't do the 30 minutes of cardio, yeah, I will be dropped dead in there in the hall. I tend to look for a crutch, like sleeping too much or not enough, making a drink, or acting or eating poorly, like self-sabotage. I've had to, I'm so, here's the way I see it, y'all. Of I'm so tired of, let's see, trying to fit, still to this day, trying to fit my behavior to society's wants. I don't have to live like that anymore. See, for the first time in my life, get to be myself. I don't have anybody trying to fix me, or anybody trying to change me, or anybody trying to make me be someone I'm not. I hit the lottery, people. Just do. Blake says, I'm always judging myself harshly. Yes, you are. To figure out ways to prove to people I'm good enough. You don't have to prove to anyone, honey. You are enough. I've actually had to stop myself from clinging to people in fear of losing them. It's tough. Blake, you've went more making amends and doing everything that you've done than anybody I know. You are enough, and you are heard, and you know I love you. Just know that, okay? Awakened. Maybe that's why I feel so calm when I write songs or use the AI platforms for art. Exactly. No, you just proved it. Exactly, you are. That's why. Because you're using your creative brain and you're out of that emotional state of anxiety. Yes, absolutely. I can't even go live on my own. Oh, we did this. I forget to unstar some of these. For those of you that may pray, they say there are a lot of similarities with meditation and prayer. There are, but I haven't learned a lot of meditation yet. So let's see. I'll do the same. Forget what someone just said, or even what I just said. I do all the time. Tori Magoo is the one who gave me she gave me a little trick on how she because she does the same thing, but how it helps her. And she says that she gets her chat to just name a word that she was talking about, and then it'll eventually come right back to her. But she told me, she said, since I have hard time making words, Tori was like, Keela, take and imagine and try to describe what it was. Was it a house? Was it, she's like, and as you're thinking, she said, your brain will come back to you. She was so right. Tori's my hero, though. I'll do the same. Okay. Yeah. I'm bad about everything. Um, uh, it sounds like it sounds like just comforting yourself, yet in an enabling way. I've done it. Gave up some measures only to find other ways to control. Gave up some measures only to find other ways to console myself. I guess I probably should not read that out loud. So I think it's because it turns into worrying off and turns the hopeful mindset. Okay, let's see. Brazzy, in the moment, I feel justified. Yeah, I am missing this conversation, I think. But I can't remember shit either. And it's okay. We're all human. And the beautiful thing about this group and the village, we support each other and uplift each other however we come. Thank you, Tiff, for that. You're absolutely right. I mean, really. Yeah, I really feel safe with y'all. Thanks. Above and beyond it, of course, anytime. Anytime. Um, oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you for helping us find our place. Y'all let us in your place, and you did so without reservation, and you truly did. You introduced us to so many people that just don't give up and are very strong, and we're so thankful for that. Honey, I was 18 months when the doctor started me on meds for sleeping. Nothing ever worked, so I had to learn to live like that. Oh, shit, Katie, I did not know that. Wow. Crap. I have a book 3 foot tall. It has all things I worried about. And I did. Oh, yes, I remember you saying that and that you didn't need to. I remember that last night. Absolutely. That was neat to me. I thought that was pretty interesting. Above and beyond it, yes, absolutely. I do understand. Oh, okay. It's a work in progress, but you do recognize it. Yeah. And then just go to your sheet, whatever you've written on it. This thing called life, happy you're here. This thing called life is, wait. Blake, I'm way too good at goodbyes. I have to protect my heart. Oh my God, that's like the sweetest thing I've probably ever heard. Talking about this stuff is a big trigger. Actually, need a break some days. Absolutely. That's why I'm doing this series, and I let everybody know when it is. It's just one. It's just one day a week, and I was going to do the series, and so yeah. And it's hard. Um, but we do hard things. Dang it, Keela, now you got me all teary eyed. I love you. Blake, I can understand that Katie would, because I can understand that Katie, oh, it's not always the wrong thing to say goodbye. At least, yeah, y'all have, I don't mean to interrupt in that. Okay, so let me get under here, down here. Okay. And I'm so thankful for all of y'all. I didn't know if there was anything. I know that I gave everybody. I don't have to sit here and I don't want to sit here and read every word of the things that I have. But be patient when people are trying to re-regulate. Don't ask them over and over and over. What can I do for you? What do I need? Oh my God! Don't just respect their space. Be patient. Don't take their actions personally. Focus on yourself and wait for them to re-regulate. And then the best time to talk about dysregulation and what about each person finds helpful is when everyone is regulated and calm. Because if one person gets dysregulated, mark my words, everyone around them is going to be dysregulated. So if we can catch it and not do that, that would be a good thing. It would be easier on us. So let's see, Blake. Tiff, I appreciate you. You are so valuable to this community. You're so kind, and I'm happy you're here with us. Can I second or third that? I love you, Tiff. Blake is right. Let's see. Okay, not all will fit everyone. Had to try what works for you. Can be a challenge. Yes, it's a yes. Thank you, Body Illusion. It is. It's an ongoing thing. I mean, I mean, it just has to. Oh my God, what is going on in here? Nothing is. Oh my God. Okay, so y'all, these stars are messed up. Holy Rogue, I see you in here. Hi, hey, friends, fam, listening while working. Thank you for that. Shoot, it has been an hour. Can I believe this? Um, okay, so I'm trying to go to being validated. This one right here, being validated here helps me more than you know. Absolutely, anytime, because I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you something you want to hear, and I'll tell everybody in here. I'm not here to make you feel, let's see, how do I put this? All butterflies and rainbows when that's not the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you if it's crap, I'm going to tell you my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I'm the first one to say I'm wrong. And I get in trouble for saying I'm sorry too much. So, but I would be the first. I don't want anyone hurt. This is a safe space for everyone. And y'all have kept it that way. And I so much appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you. Um, let's see. What is this? Who is this? Debbie, I had to cook some dinner. Thank you for whoever. Oh, Debbie, yay. Thank you for becoming an advocate. Yay. I'm so happy about that. Um, let's see. Oh, hi, Blake. Hey, Holy Rogue. uh, Tiff, love you. Very welcome. Very, very, very welcome. So, I want to tell everybody, Debbie, everyone in here, and I think I'm in the right. Do I have another pinned one? Wait. Oh, yes. Okay, I understood that one. Okay. Um, so anybody have any questions about chapter 4 part? Are y'all doing the daily practice? Are you I went ahead and read the whole book. Wait, I wonder if the chickens and I could come on your channel to brainstorm through my channel idea that we absolutely. I feel like your chat would be very creative about it. Oh, they absolutely would. Yes, y'all. That would be so good. Oh, look, Blake says yes. Holy Road, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I watch you every morning. Thank you. Uh, I'm not going to be that much longer. I was Miss, if I'm getting off. I just wanted to let everybody know that this conversation and the re-regulation, it'll continue in the Facebook group and in the chats and whatever's over there that y'all want to participate in. And please, the Holy Road, did y'all give his channel out? Please, please. That is one. Yeah. Make sure that his channel is definitely shared. We always make sure of that. All of yours are. If you have a channel, post it up there. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you for asking above and beyond it. So what happened was um, this 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 is, hey Debbie, yeah, that's what happened, because I had to turn and put my attention on work because I had to activate our disaster drill. It was not a drill, our disaster activation for a winter weather alert. We live in Southeast Texas, guys. I know one thing's for sure, that all of you are laughing at me because y'all live with this weather every day. Well, guess what? I am from the South. My myself stays down here. I stayed down here on the Gulf of Mexico because it's warm and there's no ice and there's no snow. We might have wind chill like out the ass, and we might have you know a lot more humidity, so our hair is everywhere. But you know what? We don't have ice and we don't have snow. So when they say, here we go, how many people have heard this? I'm tired of living through historical events. How many people have heard me say this? That is sad. So many times I've said that. And guess what? This is going to be another historical event. The most snow ever in Southeast Texas. I do not do that. See, minus 40 degrees. I'm not going to even be in that area to do that. Sorry, guys, not going to happen. Nope. I do not do it. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. Holy Rogue, how do I get a hold of you? I mean, like your email is on your. I don't know if I messaged you or not. If I emailed you this morning, because I got to your. I think I got to your email on your YouTube this morning. I don't know if I sent that. I don't know. This is what happens with the brain that doesn't work right half the time. So I'm going to send you another email though. Okay, if that's okay. Um, so, oh yeah. Well, okay, guys, when my Alexa, and I had to name it something. I had to name it Echo because when I said Alexa, everything else in the house went off. So I had to say, I just named it Echo because it is an echo. I hate the cold. I'm with you. I don't do cold. I don't. I do not do cold. But evidently, I'm going to do cold. We're going to be in the single digits for over 48 hours with snow, over 10 inches of snow predicted. Hello. I think Mother Nature needs to think warm, happy thoughts and get back on her damn meds. She needs them. But it has been an hour and 18 minutes, so I'm going, and I was late. But next week, number 5, um, we don't have that kind of infrastructure here. We're here for hurricanes, thunderstorms, all that good stuff. We are not made for this stuff. No, no way. I mean, like, this is a Cat 5 house. Like, I can sit right here in a Cat 5 hurricane. Okay, the cold hurts. I don't do cold. The cold is hurting me, and it's horrible, and it makes me have inflammation with these dead gum, whatever, autoimmune. I do not like it at all, at all. Just don't. And that is the one thing. Okay, so that's it. I want to make sure I was right. Yes, I do. I hate the cold. I can't handle it. Let's see, because it does hurt. It hurts bad. My daughter had a girl in her. Oh my gosh! Wait, I literally wait. Hang on, wait. Oh, and Echo. Um, I literally need that on a hoodie, Kilo. That was hysterical. Which part? Which part? Thank you for the super chat, Blake. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, what did I say? I have to go back now. Thank you. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate you. Um, we don't, who needs snow tires? I'm in Southeast Texas. I don't even know what a snow tire is. We sit here and take hurricanes. We don't take we don't take uh, like 10 below zero. No, our infrastructure can't even do it. My house is from the last ice storm we had a few years ago. You already see my house. It's like it broke all my sheetrock. My crown molding come apart. Everything. And because of the no humidity, because it was so dry. Like my grout on my ceramic tile all broke and pulled apart. Like our concrete steps out front split. That's how bad with no humidity. We are not used to. Hey Marie, darling, I see you. Love you. Um, it but I am in the South for a reason. We do not take that kind. What we take is the hurricanes and her mad storms. We don't do cold here, and our infrastructure is not set up for that. It is really weird about the way the infrastructure is. And Blake Reed, where are you at? There you are, my dear. Thank you again, Blake. Mother Nature needs to get back on her meds and just think happy thoughts. Warm, happy thoughts. Thank you for your super chat, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And yes, you're absolutely right about her. Um, wait, Brazzy says, we have studded tires and ice roads here. I don't. Not down here. Not down here. I was like, no. Oh, tornadoes? Yeah, I have tornadoes. But let's see, we have them. We have lots of them. Um, we have lots of, let's see, we have lots of tornadoes, when the wind's blowing it off the Gulf. You guys don't have a salt budget. I told him there's no salt left in my whole area. There's no bread. There's nothing on the steps there, and on the shelves, like nothing. You better have gotten. Thank God that's why I, being the disaster leader of our facilities and our company, that's why I go to boot camp for it every year for disaster drills and disaster implementations. And guess what? I had to do one today over cold weather. One of the cold weather advisory, or I'm sorry, winter weather event is what it will be called. And I had to make sure both my facilities had, the stuff for the generators, the food in case the lights go out, and all of the what do you call it? All the groceries got there. So we got everything there. And it took us all that time to get the stuff there to get it right and weatherproof everything, the sprinkler systems, the pipes, the wells, the water wells, everything that we had to worry about. And we got all that done. So I got my work taken care of. They've got the meds done. We're finishing them up in the morning before the snow hits. But when it says 10 degrees Fahrenheit and then it says feels like negative, hell to the no. This witch ain't going nowhere, ain't driving nowhere. My car's going in the shop. And guess what? I'm gonna be laid up with my heating blanket and my heating pillow. And that's gonna be it. Let's see. Thank you to our mods, yes, for working so hard to keep this space safe. Safe space. Look, the mods kill it. That's all I can say. Y'all are 100% absolutely amazing people, and I love you all for it. The Facebook group, yeah, please, if you get all the good stuff, I'm going to be putting chapter 5 out there. I literally didn't hit that on the hoodie. You got to tell me what it was. I'm going to have to back up and see what it was. I'll have to go back and look at it. Yes, dry happy thoughts. Thank you so much, Blake. Holy Rogue, hey, you might want to get some rock salt for the stairways, dryways, depends on. Oh yeah, we're getting ice. We're getting the most ice and snow than we've had like ever. Another historical event I don't want to live through. I did. Well, let me rephrase that. I seem to be living through so many historical events. Oh my gosh, it is just a lot this time. I can drive across a lake in a blizzard, and it's not that big of a deal. Oh hell no. Sorry. I watched any movies. I tried to email you about my story so you could understand me, but I just don't have the right words in English. It's okay. No, Katie, I was going to tell you, you can still email it. I have a translator, and I speak a little bit of French, but no. Go. You can write it just like you did, sweetheart. Because I understand I can convert it to English. That's why I always say, do it in a language that you can express yourself. That's perfect. Don't try to make it make sense in English. Tell it in your language. I will translate it. That we can do. Technology. Well, where have you been while you, well, hello. You grace us with your pleasure. What kind of maniac thinks it's a good idea to drive across the lake ever? I just said I would go. I just said I wasn't going to go. Oh my Lord, y'all are kicking me. Uh, don't get rock salt. I don't have any salt. We don't have any more. No, nothing. We were too late. Nowhere has any. There's no bread. There's nothing. No salt, no rock salt, no anything. I think I'm going to go down one of the little stores like that nobody goes to ever, and they probably have salt that's been on their shelves for 20 years that nobody's ever gotten. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. Thank you, Body Illusion, for that. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. I do appreciate all of you, those squirrels and little teens. I appreciate y'all being here, and I thank you for being interested in this. And I'll put chapter 5 up soon as Red does her magic. And if you have any ice on your stairs, no salt or snow. I busted my ass 3 years ago in that last ice storm. I cannot do that this one. I cannot hurt myself and I broke my leg in 5 places, and I can't do that because if I fall and hurt my neck, I'm out. I'm gone. Nope. So I will not be taking any dogs outside, and I won't need to be going outside. Nope. It's going to be crazy, and they're predicting all the lights, all the electricity going out after day 2, which is they're starting tomorrow's day 1. Everything here is closed until Thursday for sure. So they shut down the whole area. Yeah, because we're never, we do use the table salt. Thank you for that. Yes, the steps. Yeah, but we only have like what we have. I was trying to get rock salt, and I was trying to get all kind of salt, sea salt, anything they could find, but there's not even one can of anything on the shelves, and there's nothing, literally nothing, um, literally nothing on the bread aisle. There was no bread. Like, people go stupid here. Mine just got fed a bunch of out there. We have 4 owls too, and they're that when that full moon was out a couple of days ago, they were making themselves known, and they're so beautiful. But okay, well, guys, thank you so much, and I am going to heed this freeze warning and finish getting my house weatherproofed. And um, yeah, we got a little bit of table salt, but not a lot because there wasn't any for me to be able to. There wasn't any uh, for letting me get. There was just nothing left. I think we have one container in there. I'm not going outside anyway. My car's in the garage already put up. I love watching squirrels go crazy. They better be feeding my squirrels. And if the lights go out, yeah, we have all our vehicles filled up with fuel, so we'll have heat. Of course, my work has. Hey, Summer. Yes, I'm leaving. I'm going way over the time. I'm sorry, honey. Um, but yes. So we'll see if and when we lose electricity, if and when, how much ice, how much snow. It would be interesting. I'm probably going to live stream it if it does start snowing. They said it's going to stick and it's going to be an historical event. Hey, power. So, good night. I thank you all so much. Holly Rogue, I'm going to email you again if that's okay. And then Summer, I love you. Thank you for even coming. I appreciate it so much. But I do have to go. I have to finish weatherproofing this from all of this stuff. Thank you. Yes, everyone. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Misha. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I appreciate every one of you that's been here. You have no idea how much it means for me to be able to come here and just hope that I can make a difference in one person's life. And for that, I truly thank you. And I said I was going to start reading something every day when I left here, when I got off here, and I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to probably say it the same every day because I really like this. Growth isn't about changing who you are, but about becoming the best version of yourself. I'll read it one more time. Growth isn't about changing who you are, but about becoming the best version of yourself. Felt that quite great of a 20-year-old. So thank you all for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow. And you'll have a great, great night. Let me see if I can